friends, and welcome to my channel, DK's Garden Oasis. I am Debbie. I'm a master gardener and butterfly raising hobbyist. On this channel, I hope to inspire you to garden and also to conserve in your garden as well. In today's video, I'm going to take you on a fall tour of my garden. I'm needing to do a fall cleanup. I'm in Zone 5B, southwest suburbs of Chicago, and in the next couple days, the weather's supposed to change a bit. We might get our first frost. So I'm trying to get some pots in that are pretty well spent, which you'll see when I go around the garden, and start cleaning those up before we get that first frost. Make sure you stay till the end where I share a helpful garden tip. So like I said, the garden is starting to die back a bit, but there are some annuals and perennials that are blooming right now, so I will show you that, as well as my dahlia patch. The dahlia patch did pretty well. There are some that are just starting to bud, and I'm not sure why I haven't gotten flowers on those, except that possibly I have a large shrub hedge behind that maybe they're not getting enough sun. So this was my first year growing them, and I would say it was a success. Some of the tubers have not bloomed yet, so I'm hoping to see some of those blooms before we get a hard frost and kills off the dahlias. I have been cutting quite a few. What I heard to prolong the vase life of your dahlias is to put it in hot water. What I did was I started the hot water method, which is I believe 180 degrees. So right before boiling, what I did is I put some preservative in the vase, and then I put the hot water in, cut the stems of the dahlias and put them, they said to put them on the outside so they don't steam the petals and wilt your petals. So I put them around the perimeter of the vase, and that did seem to prolong the vase life. I believe I got close to a week out of them, and they say dahlias are very short-lived, maybe 3 to 5 days. And I believe I got 5 to 7 days on most of them. My vegetables are pretty much done except a few peppers and tomatoes. I will be planting my garlic probably today, and I'll show you that in a future video, probably with my bulbs. I'm still waiting for a couple of bulb orders to come, but once we get that hard frost, everything will die back and my garden will be done for another season. But I'm already starting to think of next year. In November, I'll be going over the seeds that I bought for flowers and for my vegetables. I've got a few ideas for next year for my garden and possibly another area besides my raised beds in a nearby community. So make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell for those future videos. Now let's go outside for a fall garden tour. Okay, we'll start off at the front. And this is just my front door and my little fall display. The mums are from the garden center that I work at, and so are the little pumpkins, and so are some of the flowers that are in these displays. Though this pepper is one that I grew, and I'll put the name above. I grew it for this purpose, for the fall. This one is from, this red and purple one is from the garden center. So yeah, I have some pumpkins, and this is also straw flowers and mahogany splendor and some pansies, and then I still have my Boston ferns going. They'll probably be okay till we get a first frost. And right now I have my plants getting the last bit of sunshine up before I bring these guys in. The hibiscus, I'm not sure what this plant is. I got it from Meyer. But it has these beautiful blooms. It almost looks like a mandevilla. But I bring that in every year. It loses its leaf, as does the hibiscus, but I give it water every week, and it survived the past 3 years. This palm also has survived, and this, believe it or not, is a pineapple, and it's got, the one original is on the left side, and it did have a baby pineapple when I got it, but it died pretty quickly, and then it made a baby offshoot, and that's pretty big, so I'm gonna repot that. Not now, next spring I will do that, so maybe eventually I'll get a little pineapple out of it. That would be kind of fun. So let's go around this side and show you what I have blooming over there. Okay, this is the outside with the crabapple tree, and I have wild berry heuchera or coral bells that I got from the Grand Garden Show. So I have that one. These are from, I planted these this spring from Proven Winners. Another coral bells. This also I planted from Proven Winners, and you could see the bees are loving it. Catmint's going strong. I have to cut back my peony over there. And then I have a perennial mum. These are asters. These are great fall flowers for the pollinators. Lamb's ear, goldenrod, some coreopsis over here. Few hostas. They're looking pretty spent right now. This is a button bush, but I have yet to had a bloom out of it yet, so maybe next year. And then I've got some lilies in here, some salvia, and then this is my milkweed that just popped up. I'm sure I'm going to have a few more next year. So that's the side yard. Now we're going to go over to what's left of my vegetables. This is my asparagus, so I've got my second year here on the right, and this is my first year. I did buy more for a third year, so we'll see if I can finally get some asparagus growing out of this one. I have a few lunchbox peppers here that I have to pull today, and I'm going to pull this Good Hearted and take that out of here. And in this bed I'm going to be putting my garlic today. I'm going to show you in a future video. This year I planted last fall the garlic, and it came up, but it did not survive the winter, so I'm not sure why. I'm going to try it one more time just with one type and see if I can get anything out of it. This is the last of my jalapenos and my shishitos, so I have a few there that I'm going to pull today, and I might clean this area out as well. I have a hydrangea here, some lavender. These I just planted this year. I would like to have lavender all along the perimeter so you smell that. And then let's go up here and see the last of my annuals here that I'm going to be getting rid of today probably. I won't be getting rid of the status yet because I'm going to see if I can get a couple more that I can cut. I'm going to try to dry them. And then we have some gomphrena here. Probably going to get rid of that. This I will get rid of. This was great for the pollinators. The hummingbirds love the salvia, and I think they have left. I haven't seen them in a couple days, but there's plenty of other plants yet. Some more status that I'll be cutting and then getting rid of, and then I repeat it here. And then this was my project for Master Gardening. I pollinate, so you're supposed to monitor all the pollinators that are on it. And I will get rid of probably most of this. I might leave the salvia and maybe the zinnias, and the rest I think I will get rid of today. And then we have lavender, which I finally have some blooms here. I'm going to try to overwinter these. Maybe put something around the bottom so it doesn't freeze. I don't have any blooms on the pink one yet, so hopefully I see those before they are done for the season. I've got to get the straw flowers. They're pretty well done. I'm going to keep the celosia. Here's the last of my tomatoes, which I'm going to pull and see if I have anything left to salvage to keep. Otherwise, I'm going to be getting rid of all these pots today. I'll be cleaning up this pot right here, which had my poppies in it. And I did get my bread seed poppies. I did get some seeds out of, so I will be planting those. This is a different type of poppy. And then I have my Mexican sunflowers. These are all natives that are behind here for the pollinators. You can see them going in there. I think they're pretty heavy though. They got really tall and they're weighted down, but I'm not cutting them because the pollinators still seem to love that, so I'm going to leave that for a little while. This I definitely will be growing. This is called Art Shades Flax, and I will see where I got this from. I'm not sure where I purchased it from. I have some eucalyptus left. So now let's go down to the bottom garden. I have some cosmos. And there you go, there's a butterfly going to the butterfly bush. Trying to get the last of the blooms on that. Smoke bush is the reddish bush behind it. I still have my Rosa Sharons just finishing up. There's a little moth on that Rosa Sharon. Oh, he flew away. This is a service berry that I'm going past. Some more lavender. This is the purple salvia. This is a 7-flower plant, and the maple is behind it. I'm going to have to prune this. So I told you I would tell you a story about this, a quick story. I watch eagles in Decorah, Iowa, and we had a favorite mom and dad pair that we always followed, and they always were in a maple. So I took one of the helicopters and I grew this from seed. So this has sentimental value to me, and it's getting big. I just have to prune it a little bit to keep it under control. Let's see, what else do we have here? I have to prune all this, all my alliums and my trumpet flower, trumpet flower back there. It has to be pruned. That definitely grows crazy. Trumpet vine, sorry. Then Mexican sunflower over here. A little fountain going here for a couple more weeks. Rosa Sharon. This is my butterfly garden. I showed you earlier that I took out the senna because it was kind of taken over. Just want natives in here with cone flowers and ageratum. So I have white, the regular traditional pink. I have some pretty doubles over here, like a reddish orange, and then I have some yellow. So hopefully they all come back next year. And I believe that is it. Oh, so now I'll go show you the dahlias. So here's my dahlias. They did really well, like I said, but as I said, the back row really doesn't have a lot of blooms yet, but they're just starting to bud. So let me show you what I have. This Lauren Michelle one has been going strong. This one's been a really good one. I also like this one. I believe it's called Oh Honey. That one is a favorite of mine. Some of the stakes that I put in are knocked over, and I'm not sure who got in here or how they got in here, but they probably did because they're knocked over. This one's a really pretty one. This one says it's called Bashful, and I'll have to look and make sure that's what it is. And again, I have, this one has been a very good one. This was my first one. And this is like a little cactus type part princess, the light pink. And this one as well. I really like this one, the contrast of the leaves with the red. It's Japanese Bishop Anemone. That's the type. This is like called Crazy Legs. It's just coming out. So that one's just starting to bloom. This one is called Blue Bayou. So yeah, you can see that I have some blooms along the back, but they just haven't started yet. So hopefully I get to enjoy those before I have to pull all these, and in a future video I will show you how I'll dig, and hopefully I can separate those out and grow them next year. I'm going to attempt to store them this year. We will see how difficult that'll be. So that is my fall garden. I'm going to show you a few of the blooms that I brought in to enjoy inside that I've gotten from the patch this year. enjoyed my fall garden tour, make sure you hit the like and comment below your thoughts on what you would like to grow for next year in your garden. In next week's video, I'm going to be visiting a local arboretum, the Morton Arboretum. I did work at the arboretum seasonally and part-time for a few years, and I'm going to go visit the arboretum and see their Human Plus Nature exhibit, as well as their new grand garden, and also their annual glass pumpkin patch. The annual glass pumpkin patch are where local artisans make beautiful one-of-a-kind glass creations. And hopefully while I'm on the grounds, I'll see the start of some fall foliage. It's quite beautiful there when the leaves are turning. It is one of my favorite times of year. I love fall and the seasons changing. So I hope you will join me in that next video that I'll share. Now I'd like to share a helpful garden tip, especially this time of year when you're doing your fall cleanup. Thanks for watching and happy gardening. Bye-bye.